Now 4:30 on WKYT this morning, a new report says a mother heard her daughter's final words over the phone before she was killed. This morning, the latest on a murder-suicide out of Hardin County.
A semi-driver has been arrested and charged with reckless homicide after a deadly crash in Shelby County.
2 days after the deadly Amtrak derailment, we're learning more about the investigation. I'm Don Champion in Philadelphia with the very latest coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome. Good to have you with us on WKYT on this Thursday. We're starting to see that weekend in sight now. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Another chilly day, morning, I should say, just like yesterday. And we'll see if it's going to lead to nicer temperatures later this afternoon with Micah.
Yeah, and outside, man, it's really nice. I mean, it is on the cool side. We're sitting there in the 50s, a couple of upper 40s. Most of us will finish off in the upper 40s. But you start off cool and you have that AC or that heat unit on there in your car, and then toward the afternoon, what do? You switch it right back to the AC as we heat up very rapidly. We're sitting there 50 degrees right now in Madison County and also 53 in Fayette County. 79 degrees by the afternoon, much warmer conditions. Remember, the past couple of days, we've been right around 70 degrees. So here comes that warm air, and that usually means some thunderstorms. And I'll show you that. We'll track the latest coming up.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you.
New this morning, 2 people were rushed to UK hospital overnight after a motorcycle crash in Lexington.
It happened about midnight at Alumni Drive in New Circle Road. Lexington police tell us a car driving outbound on Alumni was turning right and crashed into a motorcycle. A man and a woman were on the motorcycle. They were both taken to UK hospital. Their injuries are not life-threatening. The driver of the car was not injured.
New this morning, we are learning more about a murder-suicide out of Hardin County that killed an 11-year-old girl. The girl's mother reportedly heard her daughter's last words over the phone moments before she was shot and killed. That's according to a close family member. Tough details to hear about. Kentucky State Police say 11-year-old Tasha Jonas was killed by her own father, 49-year-old John Jonas, who then turned the gun on himself. Tasha's mother, Karina Jones, said that the child was in the middle of an ugly custody battle.
Karina was fighting to tell the lawyers, the judges, the school, the social services that having father take the custody of the child was not going to be a safe environment for the child. Unfortunately, nobody would listen.
A custody hearing was scheduled for August in Virginia, where Tasha's mother lives. By that time, Tasha would be 12 and allowed to speak in court and able to choose who she wanted to live with. Police have not confirmed a motive yet.
New this morning, a man is behind bars and is being held as well without any bond after a deadly Shelby County crash. 22-year-old Miroslav Kuzmanovic was arrested and charged with reckless homicide and 4 counts of wanton endangerment, among other charges. Kentucky State Police say Kuzmanovic rear-ended a car while driving a tractor-trailer on Interstate 64. 43-year-old Doris Wise was pronounced dead at the scene. 3 other people were injured in the crash and taken to an area hospital. That crash shut down I-64 for more than 6 hours.
Well, new this morning, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office tells us they're investigating a suspicious fire. It happened at a home on Cedar Ridge Road off of Highway 150 East around 9:30 last night. They say the home's been vacant and no one was injured in the fire. Deputies say the home is completely destroyed and will be investigated as an arson. They said they learned someone had previously used the home to make meth. This morning, they're trying to figure out exactly why that Amtrak train crashed and derailed in Philadelphia. It was traveling at more than twice the speed limit into a sharp curve.
And that crash killed at least 7 people. CBS's Don Champion has more on the story from Philadelphia.
Crews used heavy machinery overnight to remove the wreckage of Amtrak 188 from the derailment site. The train cars are being moved to a secure location for further inspection. 2 days after the deadly accident, the actions of the engineer operating the train are being scrutinized. CBS News has learned his name is Brandon Bostian. An initial review of the train's data recorder shows it was traveling at 106 miles per hour along a sharp curve when it should only have been going 50.
There's no way in the world that he should have been going that fast.
All 7 of the train's cars went off the rails shortly after leaving Philadelphia's 30th Street station Tuesday night. At least 7 people were killed and hundreds of passengers were hurt. NTSB investigators say they have not interviewed Bostian yet.
We plan to interview the engineer at the first opportunity that we can. We want to go back and look at the operation of the train.
Aside from looking at the actions of the engineer, the NTSB is also taking a close look at the condition of the tracks here at the derailment site. Investigators also plan to examine video footage from forward-facing cameras attached to the train. Tuesday's derailment is Amtrak's deadliest accident in 16 years. Don Champion, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Well, Amtrak's Northeast route carries more than 750,000 passengers a day from Washington, D.C. to Boston. For now, service between New York and Philadelphia remains shut down in both directions.
Time this morning is 4:36 on WKYT. New this morning, the death toll from this week's 7.3 magnitude earthquake in Nepal has risen to 114. The number of injured stands at more than 2,500. That's according to a Nepali Home Ministry spokesman. Nepal was still reeling from the magnitude 7.8 earthquake in April that devastated the region and killed more than 8,000 people.
Toyota and Nissan have recalled 6.5 million more cars because of potentially faulty airbags. The airbags were made by the Japanese company Takata. Takata airbags, the reason why tens of millions of cars have been recalled recently. It's fears the airbags could explode and send shrapnel flying at drivers and passengers. At least 5 deaths have been linked to the malfunctioning airbags.
This morning, Kentucky State Police are searching for 2 men who may be involved in a Clark County man's murder. Troopers say 26-year-old Roy Combs was shot to death just after midnight on Wednesday. They found his body off Athens Boonesboro Road. 46-year-old Don Attaway was arrested yesterday and charged with Combs' murder. They are now looking for 35-year-old Christopher Coleman and 47-year-old Kurt Garrett in connection with the murder. Both men are from Richmond. State police say they may be armed and dangerous, and they might be driving a black 2002 Toyota pickup.
Well, later today, friends and family will gather to remember an Eastern Kentucky University student who died in a crash. The vigil for 20-year-old Alyssa Moorman will be held tonight at 7 outside the Health Services building on EKU's campus in Richmond. Police say Moorman died Tuesday night in a crash on Jacks Creek Road in Madison County. 3 other EKU students with her were injured. EKU leaders tell us Moorman was a sophomore and was part of the pre-nursing program.
Well, what do likely Kentucky voters think about Senator Rand Paul's run for president? Newly released results in the WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass poll give us some insight on that. The poll finds 26% of likely Republican voters in Kentucky would vote for him in the primary. Mike Huckabee and Jeb Bush are a distant second and third. 8% are still undecided. If Senator Paul ends up running against Hillary Clinton for president, Kentucky voters are divided. The poll found each would have 45% of the vote at this point. For complete Bluegrass poll results, including the governor's race and interactive graphics, just go to WKYT.com.
Well, later this morning, a new crop of hemp will be planted in Lexington. UK's College of Agriculture will plant hemp for research projects at Spindletop Research Farm. Almost 1,800 acres of hemp will be planted this year in the state. That's up from 33 acres last year. Processors are looking to turn the once banned crop into products.
Kentucky Derby winner American Pharaoh is vying to become the first Triple Crown winner in almost 40 years. American Pharaoh drew the #1 post yesterday for Saturday's Preakness Stakes and was established as a 4-5 favorite. American Pharaoh will only face 7 challengers, making it part of the smallest Preakness field since 2000. The last horse to win the Triple Crown was Affirmed all the way back in 1978. It doesn't happen often. We'll see if it happens this year.
A lot of anxious eyes waiting to see.
That's right, a lot of fun. WKYT this morning, just getting started. 4:39 is our time on your Thursday.
Well, you may already know this, but today, Moms Every Day is stressing how important it is to not shake a baby. Still to come, we'll hear from a mom whose child suffered from shaken baby syndrome.
Yeah, we're looking outside, seeing those 40s, 50s. It's really cool this morning, but it gets much warmer by the afternoon. We jump roughly 30 degrees. Show you that latest forecast and also those storms in it coming up.